Hey, what's up, everyone? This is the watch list video for Friday, May 27th. And a quick reminder, the market is closed Monday, so we've got a 3-day weekend coming up. So keep that in mind. I expect probably dead volume tomorrow. The market's been pretty low volume. You can see it for the last week here, right? But a nice bounce up into the falling 20 days, so we'll see how the SPY acts after that. Um, I got to share something real quick. And after hours, I was trying to trade this ULTA, Ulta Beauty, or whatever it is. Um, got filled at 404.58. You see it says partial fill. And I just used the matrix on TradeStation. And, it was trading at 417. I just picked a number below it and hit sell at 417. That looks like an amazing trade, right? Almost 13 bucks a share. Problem is, my partial fill was 9 shares. So I made $111 or something like that in after hours. I got a 9-share fill. Anyway, it was a little bit aggravating, but I had to share it because you know how trading is. It's always something stupid going on. All right. Anyway, frustrating day for me because if you think about it, and it's nicely green, but Nvidia was the big kind of market mover, the big player of the day. And let me get after hours off of here. Well, there you can see the sell off in after hours yesterday, but let me get that off here for the purpose of what we can see what happened today. So it opens down here. These are 5-minute candles and just rips. So for me, at no point did it not feel like chasing and just kept climbing higher all day. And that's kind of, let's switch to the SPY. It's kind of the SPY opened a little higher and it literally I don't know if I've ever seen this, for the first 30 minutes, way more than that actually, for the first almost hour, you don't see a red 5-minute candle. So that's weird action. And then it finally pulls back a little bit, and it was really sideways chop for the rest of the day. So I don't want to make excuses. I told everybody in chat, I feel like I'm letting you all down by not finding more to trade. But the stuff that I'm seeing out there, there's not that many great setups, right? And I'm seeing a lot of whipping around what I would deem a decent setup around the trigger price. So I've cut my position size down, but at the same time, I'm also a little bit more optimistic. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Keep in mind, we're kind of entering lower volume summer trading, holiday weekend coming up. But at the same time, I would argue, shorts might not be so cocky anymore because really now for 2 or 3 weeks, we've been in this range, from here down to here, probably 2.5 weeks. So the market, and I think most of us, as I said in chat today, I think most of us were sort of expecting almost capitulation in the market because things were so ugly and things are bouncing fairly nicely now. So, I'm a little more comfortable trading on the long side if we see and keep in mind, I'm talking about an intraday play because I'm in cash every night. I'm a pure day trader. I make my money between the bells, but I'm a little more comfortable feeling like shorts are probably not so cocky anymore because the market's actually holding up fairly well after the recent sell-off. Having said all that, what are we watching for tomorrow? SNOW had the gap down, much like Nvidia, and took off to the upside. Massive volume today. So I look at something like this and think, okay, well, maybe today was a short-term bottom, maybe a long-term bottom, right? Big volume and a nice green candle. So I'm putting that on long watch for tomorrow. Again, looking for a trade. BKSY had the big rip yesterday. Quiet inside day today, looking for a 3rd-day play. JOBY had good news today. Strong volume went out at its highs, kind of right at recent resistance. So maybe a breakout over that area tomorrow. TTD doesn't look like much, but I am putting it on long watch because when you switch to 5-minute candles, you see it had news, something to do with it, earnings or their projections or something. But big volume, and it held up pretty well. And it's a beaten up stock like just about everything else. I don't look at this daily chart though and say, oh my God, I want to get long this tomorrow if I get a setup. To me, it looks like it's sort of in no man's land. But because I'm a trader and I happen to see that pop today, that's enough to put it on watch for tomorrow, see if it gives a trade. TALK, nice volume, closing well off its highs, but we're going to see if it has kind of a secondary follow through day. MOD, nice breakout today. Keep in mind that big volume spike is 1.2 million shares, so that tells you right there it's a thin stock. But we'll see if it gives a setup. FUV had a nice tweet by Ross Gerber about it and kind of put it on my radar. Big volume, nice support. It's in a long sideways base. And And if you don't follow him on Twitter, it's interesting to look up the tweets. They have some interesting info. Anyway, topped out at 415. Let me glance at NKLA real quick because those used to run together. NKLA kind of breaking out of a range there. Anyway, some interesting tweets and a huge short position in this FUV. So keep a close eye on that one tomorrow. SIGA did put in a nice bounce today. There's maybe what I would call slightly more ominous news than it looked like before on monkeypox. But again, I'm not a doctor. But you can see this one actually held up fairly well today. So we're going to keep an eye on that one. APYX, nice breakout today and a strong close. We're going to keep our eyes on that one. CRTD, nice pop today, nice volume. So there's another potential trade if we get a setup tomorrow on an intraday basis. And lastly, ULTA as a potential gapper tomorrow. Right now it's trading at 407-ish in after hours. So we'll see if it holds the gap and gives a gap play setup on an intraday basis tomorrow. That's it for me, guys. I'll see you in chat in the morning.